What are you doing?
Hey guys, it's Jessie. Welcome to Lost Marbles Farm. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so if you want to follow some of our journey in the homesteading world and gardening world and homeschooling world and all those things in between. We've had quite a crazy last 6 months since the channel began, and I'm super excited about what 2022 has in store. But in the meantime, this is the last video we will shoot for 2021, and it's kind of just a compilation of what we've been doing the past couple of weeks here around the farm.
Stormy, are you enjoying this nice warm weather? You are. Does it feel like spring? It does. It's not though. It's not. It just feels like it. You're such a good girl. Well, hello there. You sure are handsome today. Yes, you are. You're beautiful. Ooh.
So if you can see back here, I've got a whole mess of wood chips. 14 bags to be exact. That's how many I can pile in my pilot. Usually I take Sam's truck, but he's out of town, so I had to use my car. Anyway, I just want to tell you guys, if you don't have a good source to buy wood chips, bedding for your animals and things like that, yes, they do sell them at Tractor Supply. They are kind of pricey. So if you'll find a local sawmill, look them up in your phone book. I guess everybody's got a local sawmill. But anyway, give them a call. Most of the time they do sell bags of wood chips, and you're going to get a whole lot better price. For us, and I don't know if that's how the prices are in other places, but for us it's $3 a bag. A whole lot cheaper. That's like half the price is what you'll pay at Tractor Supply.
What is going on here? What is that? What is this? No. No, blueberry bush. No. Don't you know? We've got 2 more months of winter. It's not spring. Now, Mr. Blackberry, you're just as confused as Miss Blueberry. Look at that. Y'all are doing this way too early. It's December. All of the garlic is coming up. Now, this is not unusual. This always happens every winter. So we have had really, really warm temperatures, but even if we hadn't, this would still happen. So if anybody's new to growing garlic, when you see this in the winter and you're like, oh no, it's gonna get destroyed by the freezes to come, it will not. Just keep that straw around it. Don't worry about it. It will pick right back up in the spring. Hey girls, my, y'all are looking so much better now that your feathers are growing back in. Have y'all finished your molt finally? I thought it would never end this year. All right, if y'all remember, we had a whole mess of loofah plants growing up here. We got all that cleaned up the other day. And this has become a weed bed. They're more wintertime weeds that are growing up here. We did the cardboard mulch method that we always do 2 years ago. So I did not do that last year because it was still really, really good and thick, but it did start to weaken after the end of the second year, or the second gardening season. So I've got all the boxes saved up from Christmas and have them already broken down and ready to go. I have a big, huge bag of peat moss, so I'm going to take some peat moss, lay down there. I'm going to take a whole bunch of our aged horse manure, put it down, then do my wood, cardboard, and then do wood chips. That's the plan. Hopefully I'll get that done before the end of January. What are you doing today? You catch you some mice for us? Kitty, kitty. You did? Really?
Hey guys, I have just finished up putting out the wood chips. I should say wood shavings. And by the way, they are hardwood shavings. They're not pine shavings. That mill that I use is all hardwood. So those are hardwood shavings. So that's what we use. Anyhow, I got the horse stalls all done. I've got the chicken coop all fresh bedding. Fixing to go ahead and do Delilah and Franny's little stall in here because I like them. I like to move them in there when we get really bad weather, just to give them a nice, keep them dry. Which, by the way, we've got both rainy and cold weather coming up. This is probably the last really beautiful day that we're going to have for a while. So, as any homesteader knows, you want to take advantage of this nice weather and get it done now, because it is miserable doing it in the rain or the cold. So that's why I'm scrambling to get these things done. That way, when it does start getting cold and rainy, I can focus on inside, getting all the Christmas decorations down. Finally got to get my grades posted. I hadn't done that yet. I've got to the 15th. I feel like I am with taxes. You know how you wait to the last minute? Well, I get my taxes done early, but for some reason, getting those grades posted, y'all, I wait to the last minute every time. Anyway, that's my focus. Get that done while the weather is gross and nasty outside. Because I'm telling you, when that weather's nice, the last place I want to be is inside. So I always find every excuse in the book to be outside instead of indoors when it's like this. So
Well, thinking about today, does it feel really good outside? It does. It does. Hey, Delilah. Hello, my preciousness. Are you precious? Yes, you are precious. Look at that. Well, hello, Mr. Stinky Boots and Jolene. Are y'all ready for some new mineral block? You are. This fence is hot, 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 y'all. But let me tell you, it works. If anybody's ever questioned whether or not this will keep goats in, we haven't ever tried with 3 strands yet, but these 4 strands work beautifully. Never had a problem. Just make sure that it's always hot, because the day that it goes out is the day that they're gonna get out. All right, now don't make yourself sick on baking soda now. You must have been lacking. You must have been lacking in that nutrient. It's like bringing a lollipop to them. And this is what the Billy Block looks like. So it's got all kind of nutrients and stuff in there for them. This was our first hive that we ever had when I first started beekeeping, which was back in 2013. No, maybe the spring of 2014 actually. So we've had this hive this whole time. We built it as a top bar hive is what they're called. Anyway, so I came out here the other day after one of our storms and realized that that the top had broken off. Now there was a piece of wood that went across this way, and you can actually see it has rotted and fallen off. So I don't have time to repair it. Sam's gonna have to help me with that. So what I'm gonna do is try to put it back on and tie it, or ratchet strap it rather. Either ratchet strap or just tie it and hold it on. Sorry, you're gonna have to excuse my wild children in the background. Anyway, just to hold it on until we can get to it and fix it correctly. I love this hive. I don't get a lot of honey off of it, but we just really enjoy it. And I'd like to, you know, keep it a while longer, at least a few more years before we have to totally replace it. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Part of what I'm doing today. We've got a whole lot of chores to do. It is super, super mild weather. Probably the hottest December I've ever lived through here in Tennessee. So after taking care of my top bar hive, I noticed there were no bees at the entrance of my regular Langstroth hive. That's like a traditional box hive. And so I popped open the top and saw just a bunch of dead moths and a few dead bees and a few dead yellow jackets in the very top where the feeder would go. So I investigated further. So looking in the honey super here, I see and hear no bees. I see ants. It looks like there may even be some capped honey left. I don't know why. They might have died if they had stores, but I don't know. It's kind of depressing. I'm gonna pull this one off and see what I can see in the bottom box. All right, y'all, so the bottom box was completely void of bees. 0 bees. And here, as I can show you, plenty of capped honey. This whole box is heavy with capped honey. They had plenty of stores. But for some reason, they absconded and left the hive. Now, there's been many times over the last few years I've been left scratching my head, and this is one of those cases. I don't know why they left. If you have any tips or thoughts, shoot me a comment below. I've been beekeeping for, at least 7 years, but I'm definitely not an expert. I learn something new every year, and this is one of those things where I'm not sure what's going on. There's no hive beetles in here. Now, I guess it could have been mites, maybe? I don't know. There's no wax moths in the hive. There are some moths here, but I'm not seeing any spider webbing or anything on the frames. So I don't know if maybe they joined with my top bar hive or joined with another hive, or I just don't know, y'all. Don't know. All right, so I'm going to try to at least harvest what honey we have in here and try again next year. All right. So hopefully that'll hold it till spring. Really needs to be probably a fresh coat of paint and the roof cleaned off in the spring anyway. And then my other hive over here, which I'm so confused over what happened there. It needed a good fresh coat of paint too anyway. Well, the super looks good. It was kind of newer, but the bottom box needed a fresh coat of paint. So at least I have time to get that ready for spring, and there's some, at least it's not a total loss. At least I got some honey out of it. Anyway, that's it for today. Well, that about wraps things up for now, guys. Listen, I want you all to have a wonderful, wonderful, and safe New Year's. And don't forget to write down those goals. Whatever goals you have for 2022, simply writing them down makes a huge difference. Not just the yearly goals, those New Year's resolutions for those that do participate in making New Year's resolutions, but even just your weekly goals, your monthly goals, even your daily goals. I'm a huge proponent of writing things down because I think statistics say you're, 80% more likely to accomplish something if you've written it down. So do that. Take some time tomorrow or Saturday and write down those things that you want to accomplish this year, this month, January. Anyhow, y'all take care. We will see you in 2022. And my goal, now this is my goal, is the first video for 2022 to tell you the reason why we are called Lost Marbles Farm. So it's kind of an interesting story, and I can't wait to share it with y'all. I've been meaning to share it for, well, since the beginning of the channel, but I don't know. I just haven't done it yet. But I promise it's gonna happen in January. My goal is the first video, but I promise it'll happen in January. All right, you guys, take care, and we'll see you on the next video.